Which is like, you know, like that's kind of a loaded thing to say, I think. I don't think that like necessarily applies for all video games, because it's definitely a case that, like, you know, specifically indie games today, like I said, are very much full of that soul shit that people talk about, right? It's like, yeah, no, those games, a lot of those games still definitely have that kind of, like, that kind of quality to them. But when it comes to AAA stuff, I think the issue is that, like, you know, back in the day, like, major releases were made by studios that are composed of people like what is in indie game studios these days. And thus, I think maybe that's kind of the issue on why a lot of these games don't feel that way anymore. And I don't think that that's, like, necessarily true for all AAA games. I think there's, like, a lot of... There are, I believe, a lot of teams that are, like, still doing a pretty good job with this, you know? They're, like... You still have people in there who actually enjoy games, who actually play video games, too. I think maybe more so on the Japanese market, though. I feel as though, like, the Western gaming market kind of, like, misses the point a lot of the time. Or misses the mark a lot of the time. If that's a better way of saying it, I'm not sure. I feel like the focus there, or the focus over here these days, is like turning video games into art in a way, right? Like, I don't know, I thought about this, and maybe I'm just bullshitting, like, it's entirely true, it's entirely possible, sorry, is what I mean. But I do feel as though, like, there's this weird, like, there's this weird idea that, like, I don't know, like, the vibe of games in the Western scene these days is so much more off than it used to be, right? I feel like fun isn't always the forefront of the idea anymore, and more so, like, art direction or whatever. And it's, like, weird to say that, because, like, I do feel that a lot of the time that's also true for Japanese games, and I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing when you're trying to do something artsy, but I think you also have to have the talent for that, and I don't think that a lot of people have that. I think there's, like, a select couple of people who have the talent for that kind of thing, just like I don't have the fucking talent to play this goddamn fucking game.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Yeah, that one I don't need. Like I said, maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I think that's entirely possible. But I do sort of believe that, like I said, there's a certain amount of work being put into possibly maybe not the 100% correct direction. But it's like, you know, like, I believe also that a good game combines both. I think you can combine the artsiness of a game with fun gameplay. I believe, like, I can't say this from first-hand experience because I haven't played it, but from what I saw of Expedition 33, that seems like it does a pretty good job of kind of connecting both, right? But I believe there's talent behind that as well, right? I don't know if I can say that for like all of these types of games though. Like, I don't know, like, I guess a bad, like, or I guess an example for something that I believe is like bad that's coming from the Japanese market would be like Death Stranding. Like, I don't think it was terrible, but I think it was very clear that, like, there's a reason why Kojima had, you know, like, groups of people working with him, and why he wasn't, like, he wasn't the only person making executive decisions when he was at Konami, because, like, there's a lot of shit that's in those games that is just, like, really obnoxious. I've seen some of Death Stranding 2 as well. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go back to Death Stranding 1 just to play Death Stranding 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there was cool shit in that game when it came to the story. But when it came to the gameplay, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced on why I should, like, spend so much time in either of those two games. When I could just watch the fun cutscenes, you know, like, with Metal Gear Solid, I always set it as, like, a thing of, like, okay, well, the game is also actually fun, alright? So with Metal Gear Solid, the difference is that, like, I like playing this game. Whereas Death Stranding, I feel like kind of ends up feeling like a chore in a lot of places. And so, like, I don't know. And I feel like that's kind of the issue as well. I don't know if I could, like, give a proper example for this, but, like, I feel as though too many people are just trying to tell a story while maybe not focusing on the gameplay aspect of it all, right? Which can be okay, but I think games work best when you combine both of those things, right? When you combine the interesting story with a gameplay loop that actually, like, makes you want to, like, keep playing it. And I find that in recent years, the Western scene has kind of moved away from the actual gameplay. You know, like, I don't know, like, I guess the best examples that I could, like, really use here would be, like, The Last of Us or God of War, right? It's like, those games don't look terrible. The story, like, arguably, you know, we can argue about the story of The Last of Us 2 being good or not. I don't think it was, but also that's subjective anyway. My point mostly being, though, like, there's more of a focus on the story than there is on the gameplay. And I get that, right? I understand that. But even God of War, like, for example, also became plot heavier. But I think that when it was, you know, hack and slash, and it was like, oh, we're upgrading our funny abilities and we're doing crazy shit, I think it was at its most fun when it was that. Which brings me back to the idea of, like, you can tell a cool story, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be boring as a game. I don't know, there were big parts of like God of War, for example, that I thought were boring. Because it was kind of just the same shit. And I know that you can say that for original God of War 2 because it was just hack and slash, but there, I don't know, I felt that the action was a lot more impressive. And maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But you know, that's how I feel.
Now this is cool.
We found the pilot's helmet. We did it. Like, they're cool games with a cool story, and I think they faithfully go into Kratos' arc, or they faithfully create a new arc for Kratos. But I also feel as though we're like missing something, right? Okay, well, I got this helmet. Pretty sure we can just leave because I don't think there's anything we can do here. So I can like go over there. Whoops. And then The Last of Us, like, I don't even need to talk about. I guess The Last of Us was kind of a similar way, like in the first game. However, I don't know. I feel as though it was accurate to say that the first game was actually very fun to play, while also maintaining a great story. I guess the second game just kind of falls flat in that regard anyway, but it also could just be that, like, you know, maybe I'm tired of third-person cover shooter. And I guess I would like to see more projects that are like this, basically, you know, like, it's just meant to be like, not necessarily mindless action fun, but it can be like, it can be cartoony, it can be that it can have comedic writing, while also having a gameplay loop that's actually interesting with some like cool, okay, with some cool level design, doing, you know, all kinds of different things. And again, you have that. You have that in a lot of indie games, I'm sure. I think my biggest issue with indie games is that, like, there's always the risk of them not getting enough money to be able to actually, like, complete their vision. At which point you will just be left with, like, nothing. And at the same time, also, as cool as a lot of indie games are, we have to also realize the fact that there's a lot of shit in that sea of indie games. Which isn't to say that there isn't in the AAA market. But I think making the statement that, like, oh, indie games are so much better when you're picking out literally the ones that are, you know, like, finished and also, like, genuinely the most generally popular, often because they're leaning into something that a AAA game already did, which again isn't a bad thing either. I'm just saying, like, you know, doesn't mean all indie games are good, because I've seen some stinkers in indie games. I broke the funny. Oh, Lord. That was scary. But now what? I mean, whoever was on that ship is now fucking dead. So, Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Oh, there it is. I see it. Good night, everybody. Oh, shit. Fuck off. But at the end of the day, like, I believe I would rather put... I honestly would put a lot of franchises into the hands of indie devs than I would put them into the hands of, like, AAA studios. I think if you give a bunch of fans of a series the rights to a series, they will create some beautiful shit with that. I could not say the same thing for a lot of AAA studios that might have even owned the IP beforehand. I think there's a lot of those fuckers that will squander any potential that it could have to appease shareholders. How does that work exactly? It's just like fuel lines exploding. I guess that's what it is, literally. It's a shame. A damn shame. What the fuck? I was doing the funny jump thing. It didn't work at all. I got scammed. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. It's a little rude, though, don't you think? Where are you taking me? Oh god, don't take me back to the start of the fucking level, please. Please, I've still got things to do. No! Oh wait, was that the only thing I could get there? That might have been the only thing I can get there. Well, I'm done here. My favorite character from Batman Beyond. It's not that movie. I forget whatever Batman movie it is. Was it The Dark Knight Rises? Or was it just The Dark Knight? I don't remember. But I'm very fond of the meme. Alright, anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. I fucking hate this place. Okay. Kogor Refinery. I mean, I guess that's where we gotta go. You gotta go where you gotta go. Crashes into the building immediately. And fucking just dies straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Freeze. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Police. I love drug PSAs. They're so good and helpful. And what the fuck? Ah, right. Ratchet can't get out of here because he's gonna fucking die. I'm definitely gonna play the other games too. I remember those were a bit more elaborate with their plot, but I know that, like, obviously, you know, this is the first one. It's like, naturally, it wasn't as good as the other two. I think the third one was the, if I remember this correctly, I may be misremembering, but I seem to remember that I think the third one was the best. Which wouldn't surprise me, but I may be wrong. I think I can make that. I also don't want to make that because we gotta go. Do you have to buy? Well, I guess I can't buy it because I can't access the funny. How did they make it off the planet if it was already fucked beyond repair? The rich just knew. They're like, yeah, this place is probably fucked. Sorry.
Gadgetbots can't climb, but you can use your enter command to send them into the bot points.
That's fucking stupid, but okay. I guess the other way requires me to have the Gadgetbots then. Go. Be free, my son. Frolic in this robotic garden of Eden. You guys wanna... Yeah. Enter the portal. Let's go, boys. Kill that man. That was fucking based, holy shit. Your portal? Oh, that's a gaping hole. Rather gaping there. Go in there. Was that a Sarlacc pussy? Sarlusi? It goes crazy. Oh, I don't want to fall into the... Oh, it's got like... It's got like tumors and shit. I shouldn't have said that that's what it was. Now I'm gay! I can't look at the Vagooby anymore. I'll always remember the pustules. The teeth are fine though, I like the teeth. Man, I think sometimes I should just like not speak, quite frankly. It would help quite a bit, I think. Apologies to any babies in the audience, you shouldn't be here anyway. If your parents let you watch this channel, they hate you, probably. I wouldn't know. I don't know your parents, so I can't really make an informed statement. But if they do hate you, just remember, you're gonna be the one to put them into the old people home. So look out for that, I guess. Damn. I guess Grandma's going to the old people's home. You know, you guys could have just entered also, again, right? Like, it's not exactly rocket science. What's good? What's good, my friend? I like that the bots run hot. The bolts run hot when you... No, not enter, follow. Good job, boys. Money. Okay. You guys wait here. I'll be right back. Actually, maybe follow me? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is like a way back I suppose. Probably have to go back here anyway. When the self-destructo goes off again. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think I ever talked about this, but like a couple weeks ago, back when we were going to Italy, when we were on our way home, we stopped at McDonald's, and apparently they have the fucking Grimace, the fucking Grimos shake over here too now, and we tried it, and it was like fucking, I don't know, it was fine, I guess. It was really hard to drink though. It's like very, very thick. Very, very thick shake, I must say. Very thug shake. Very thug shaker. Very rump shaker. No, but it was like a thick shake, I gotta say. Like ridiculously thick. I don't know why that's a thing, but alright, follow me, boys. I like that they actually follow you from like really far away too. That's not all of you, is it? Okay. Never mind what the fuck I just said. It was all bullshit, all lies. These guys suck. Now go in the zone. I gotta open a door so my fucking bitch-ass organic friend doesn't die. Imagine having to breathe to live. What are you, fucking stupid? What are you, fucking moron? Just stop breathing, idiot. Now go, my minions! Alright, what's good? What's good in here? Okay, there, that's the empty room. Can I break this? I can't. It's bullshit. Ah! Aha! I've achieved the funny. Wouldn't those still stick to him on his inside?
Designed for climbing special metal surfaces. However, your feet appear to be too small to
Like he's made of metal, obviously, inside and out, so like obviously they would stick to his insides too, wouldn't they? I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I hate it when the rocks explode. Buddy. Ow. Oh no, he died! I didn't know they could die. Like, I mean, they're not really alive to begin with, but you know what I mean. No, little robot friend. Why he die? My robot army. Sure, these old dudes are pretty fucking cool though, because like they can actually kill a thing really easily. Wait, am I just doing this for a fucking screw? A bolt, sorry. Different. Come on now, friends. We shall make haste. You motherfucker. Okay, I don't think this is for anything other than a golden bolt, so I don't really give a shit. Unless I can just, like, go back right here. Ay, ay, ay. Where does this lead? Like, does that lead me back? I'm not sure.
Hello.
No. It could be, I guess. Could also just, like, lead to an entirely different place that I don't even want to go to. Because there seems to be another entrance somewhere here, but oh my fucking god. Which I believe is the big door behind me. Or do I want to go there? That's the question. Suppose I could try, but what would the point be? Excuse me. God, my burps smell like fucking KFC. Jesus. It's good though. He died in his fucking pod? How does that happen? Okay, don't touch that thing. Go on then, my boys. We have a job to finish. I don't think this has anything to do with what we were doing earlier, but it's fine. Yes, my forces grow ever stronger. Well, we're waiting for that to explode. Oh, damn. Is this the right way? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, let me check. So it goes there and then down here. Okay, we should be all right. Go on, boys. Steel thyselves. Where are you going? Okay, over there. I see. Okay. Alright, boys, hold on. Just like we practiced, okay? You gotta look left and right before you cross the laser beam. It's fine. Oh, fuck, they're gonna die. They're fine. Now, don't fall. Don't be stupid. We practice this. I don't know exactly what this is gonna do for us, but don't fucking fall. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. They're like dangerously fucking close to just walking off the ledge. And I don't know if they can. We lose one? We fucking lost one. Are you kidding me? Where the fuck did we lose him? Oh, there he is. Okay. Thank God. Hey, you moron. What are you doing? You fucking idiot. Well, there's always a slow one, right?